Vibes with Eileen.
And we are recording. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Life in Curly Cues podcast. And this episode is the first episode of my self-isolation series. It is the first episode we are bringing you via telephone interviews because I am not leaving my house for anything in the times of the coronavirus. So today we have our first amazing virtual guest, and she is a lovely best friend of mine, and it's her first time being on a podcast and everything. And just, you know what? Let's just get into it. Go ahead. And who are you today?
I'm Leticia. I met Eileen in college, and we did a lot of dumb stuff there, but whatever. I'm a teacher now, so I guess I know what I'm doing. That's me.
Yeah, so Leticia is our amazing guest for today. And as she said, we met in college. We met our first year actually there.
We were digging trash.
We were
together.
digging trash together in our organization that we were in. And we actually met through Madison, who y'all have heard in a previous episode before. So
we were all HEAT members.
Yes, we were all a part of the organization HEAT, which if you haven't heard of, you could look it up. Yeah. So that's pretty much a gist. We've been friends ever since. Let's see, what's that? We met in 2013, 2014? Yeah. And
went to a lot of basketball games. That was
yes,
fun.
we love the sport of basketball, so we've been to a lot of basketball games together, and we've kind of it's just been a little bit of like everything that we've kind of just done together.
We haven't seen each other for a while, though.
Yes, we have not seen each other in person about since our last reunion, which was a year after we graduated college.
2 years ago?
Like 2-ish years ago, 2.5 maybe.
Holy cow.
Yeah, we're kind of needing that reunion here soon after all this corona.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Leticia, let's go ahead and get right into it. The one question of the Life in Curly Cues podcast. What was the moment where you felt like, oh shit, I guess I'm an adult now?
Right now, because I'm a kindergarten teacher and I have to now teach via Zoom kindergarten, and I'm not really sure how we're going to do that. I know a lot of our kids in our district don't have technology, or a lot of those kids' school is their safe spot, so I'm just stressing about that because I feel like it all relies on me, and a lot of my parents mostly speak Spanish. So I have to be the first hand, and I know they don't have a lot of access to technology and don't know how to work it, so I'm just trying to figure all that out.
Yeah, which is a pretty big thing right now. I would have to say, yeah, you are so right in the fact that this is kind of a big moment to figure out, like, oh man, this is really what adulting means. Like, I'm in charge of a bunch of little children, and I won't be able to see them for whoever knows how long. And I need to figure out how to teach them and educate them, because that's pretty important, especially at that young age.
Yeah, or how do you teach them to read, because they don't really know how to read because they are so young online.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'll be interesting how I figure out. We have our first staff meeting on Wednesday via Zoom.
Whoop, whoop. Zoom is honestly coming through for everybody. Like, I'm using Zoom tomorrow for the first time, and I have 2 meetings tomorrow. I have one in the morning on Zoom and then one in the afternoon on Zoom. So it's going to be an adventure tomorrow.
I know. So let me know how your meeting goes, because I'm a little nervous. I have to fix my hair. I know
we have to look presentable. Like, anybody who's a teacher can relate to this podcast right now, because we are recording this mid-corona crisis. And if you're listening to this episode years later or months after the corona has happened, we're currently amidst coronavirus craziness. And a lot of people and a lot of places are like quarantined or self-quarantining themselves or self-isolating themselves. Currently, I'm self-isolating, and the only time I'm leaving my house is if we absolutely need to go get something. So yeah, it's a pretty crazy, scary time. And I would have to say this is for sure a time where everyone, especially our age, is being like, holy shit, like this is adulting, trying to live by not doing or going anywhere.
I know, it's not even like I go anywhere, just the fact that I can't go anywhere.
You don't have a choice anymore.
I know, I feel like it's all my fault. I planned a tour for the first time, and they're like, no, you're not going.
Yeah, that is the crazy part of it all. But I guess let's think back to when Corona didn't really have a big play in the world. Okay. So let's take it back to last year, because Corona wasn't crazy last year.
Corona, that's the only time I wasn't here.
So as of before coronavirus hit all this craziness and made you feel like an adult now, was there a point before Corona where you were kind of like, I guess I'm an adult now, or does this make me an adult by doing such and such thing?
When I purchased my first car, I guess, and like I was I'm still trying to raise money to buy a house or like an apartment to move out, but I don't know if it's gonna happen. Like, at least I'm grateful that I have it, that I'll still be getting paid, but I know a lot of people are being let go.
Yeah.
And jobs are being cut, so it's kind of scary.
Yeah, it's a scary time for sure, and I cannot wait till it is over somehow.
Yeah.
What have...
I do.
No.
Also, when my student loan came through, I knew
Your
it was
what?
time to adult. They didn't even wait for me. My student loans.
Oh, what about them?
That's when I felt like I really had to be an adult. Like, how am I going to pay these off?
That's so true, because they don't hit you until like 6 months, at least 6 months after you graduate. So that is kind of a wake-up call. Like, oh shit, you need a job now and all that.
So what do you do now?
Yeah, what do you do now? Actually, something I just found out this morning. I mean, I probably was told a couple days ago by my mother, but I just found out. So currently, because of coronavirus, again, if you're listening to this as of right now, March 22nd, this is accurate. If you're listening to this later, it probably isn't accurate anymore. But there's a loan forbearance happening, I think, where the Department of Education is allowing people to kind of put a pause on their loans, or like to put the interest rate down to 0% on their student loans, because of coronavirus causing so many people to not work or not make any income. And so I don't know if you've looked into it as far as like the company you pay your loans through, but I pay my loans through Nelnet, and I went on there and they did have like a place where you could apply to get that 0% interest and stuff. So I did that today.
Just applies normally, because I think I'm not paying interest now, because before I was paying interest.
Okay. Yeah, because I found it, and it was like, if you're past due on your loan, it'll do it automatically. But if you're up to date or not past due, you have to like apply to be for like forbearance or whatever that word is. And so that's what I did. I applied, and we'll see what happens in the next few days, if anything happens.
I know.
The world is changing, and it feels weird. I don't like it.
I know. I was ready to travel.
Okay, so we're talking about travel now. What is one place you absolutely like, bucket list item, you have to go before you die?
I want to go to Australia, but I also really want to go to Barcelona because I want to go to a soccer game.
Oh, okay. Fun.
But we'll see. And Colorado was like the first place that I wanted to fly to.
Oh my goodness, that's so... Wow, I did not even think about it. Y'all, Leticia had a spring break trip planned to Colorado.
It was all booked. Everything was ready.
Oh my goodness. I was helping her plan this trip and everything, and oh my gosh, Corona canceled it.
I know. I was really set to go, and like the day before I was supposed to leave, I was like, you know what, this is probably not my best bet to go.
I completely forgot about it.
Yeah, so now I have like a lot of points if I really want to travel.
There you go. I mean, there's a plus side. When Corona ends, everyone will have travel points to use.
We don't know when it is, but okay.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so something about both of us is we both are Latinas and we come from Latina households. What was it like growing up for you in a Latino household?
My mom is very strict. She still is. I feel like it was, I don't know, you can't do much with her being on your case. It was either, we were in high school, it was very school and sports. And then when I went to college, I feel like I had a little more freedom. Uh-huh. But now when I go out, I don't really care because I'm an adult now.
You're an adult now.
I had to get a degree first. She said whenever I got a degree that I could do whatever I wanted. I could shove it under the mattress if I wanted to. And I was like, okay. I was like, I have a degree now.
You said I could do whatever.
I know. She said, as long as you have a degree, you can do whatever you want. I was like, so that's where we are in life right now.
Okay. Do you have a, like, I don't even know what I'm trying to ask here. I forgot my train of thought on this question because I had it earlier. I haven't
been able to work out, so that's a thing that's upsetting me too.
Oh, yes. What is something you think as like a quote unquote adult? What's something that you couldn't do before you were quote unquote an adult but can do now that you're like, yeah, I can do this now?
What do you mean?
Like, okay, so I guess I don't even know where I'm trying to go with that. But we're children and we see like our parents do stuff and we see like grown-ups do stuff as we're kids and we look at that and we're like, I can't wait till I'm like old enough to be able to do that. What's something in your life that you as a child were like, I can't wait till I'm old enough to do it, and then you did it as an adult?
I guess like teach. I always saw my teachers teach, and now I teach with some of my teachers, and it's kind of weird because I'm the teacher and I don't feel like the teacher. Like, it's weird. It's a weird concept. Like, seeing some of my teachers, now they're my coworkers, and it's like I can manage a class by myself. It's just weird. It's a weird concept to think about.
That is an odd thing to think about, because I remember when I was in school, I had teachers who they were teaching alongside their teachers from when they were young, and I was like, weird. Whoa, that is weird. But it's kind of, that's just crazy how that works, though, because then it's like those role models essentially led you to essentially be working by their side.
Yeah, so I hope to do the same for my kids, especially because, like, I am, like, the first generation in my family to go to school and college. So, I don't know, I guess we're the hope for the next generation for them to go and, like, always instill that and be whatever they want to be.
That makes sense. I'm trying to figure out that wasn't the question. I mean, that was a question, duh. But it's not the question that I had thought of earlier, and it's going to come to me eventually. But so kind of going on what okay, let's just go with, do you have any questions for me while I try to figure out
what is your next vacation spot, or what is the first thing you're going to do once the coronavirus is over?
Oh, once the coronavirus is over, the first thing I'm
they said tomorrow, like it was going to be over, and what would be the first thing you would do?
I'd probably end up
not involving work.
Oh, I was going to say the first thing I'd do is probably I'd end up going to work.
Like, if there was no work, if the first day is over, you can do whatever you want to do.
If the first day we could do whatever the fuck we wanted to do, I would probably go to that's a hard one, because I would want to go somewhere that I mean, you can't go anywhere, honestly. I think I would want to go to like the zoo or to SeaWorld, even though actually no, okay, I'm not
like you work at the
okay zoo? Yes, I was gonna say not the zoo because I work there, so that would be me just going to work.
Eileen, I'm just trying to find where you're at going to work.
I'm just like thinking out loud and not thinking before I speak right now, and I just spit everywhere.
my God. You need to get a drink. That's what you need to do. The first thing you're going to do is get a drink at a patio.
At a patio.
Breathe air.
Yeah, I think my first thing would be just to, like, go out. If it's nighttime when they, like, announce it, I would just go, like, to a bar or something and just, like, hang out with my friends.
You want to go dancing? I feel like you haven't done it in a while.
I haven't done dancing in a while, but here is the tea about dancing.
Okay, go.
So if...
You need to have a partner?
I mean, I need a partner, duh. But a few oh wow, I just hit the mic. A few episodes ago, I was talking with Hannah, and we were talking about how much we love Cowboys and all the stuff about Cowboys. That was our go-to place, right? Well, the most recent time Hannah came to visit, we went to Cowboys. And Cowboys does not have live music anymore. And I was just like, what? Yeah. I think they went through new management or something, and then they like either fired the band or let go of the live band, and they're not there. Because we went and we texted the bass player we know, and we were like, hey, where are you guys? Why is the stage not set up for a band? And he was like, oh, we don't perform there anymore. They let us go. And we're just like, what? And so they don't do any live music anymore unless it's like a concert night. But on just a regular like college night or dance night or ladies night or anything, there's no more live music. It's just like music on the radio. And I was just
like, a club, I guess now?
I guess like now, yeah, because now
the bar?
Yeah, kind of, because the only thing on the stage now is like a DJ booth. That's it.
What the hell?
Yeah. So that would be my thing. Like if all this stuff is over and we're allowed to go anywhere instantly, like I would go somewhere, one where they would have live music, or I would just go get like a drink at like Woodrow's or something that's like a big patio.
I feel like you're gonna marry someone who plays music.
You know, there's a lot of different types of people that I'd be okay with marrying, and that one I
like
would be okay with.
Music talented one. I could just see it. I just picture it in my head.
I'll be the groupie just following him everywhere.
You'll pull out your guitar that we made a music video to. Well, we can be your backup dancer at your wedding. We'll just sit on you. Sit.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so let's talk about, how many, you started working from home how many days ago?
Well, we haven't really started. We'll start tomorrow. Okay. Actually, I can go to school tomorrow, but I can only be there for 30 minutes.
Okay. So you guys had an extended spring break, so you didn't have to go back to work yet?
Yes.
Okay.
No, this was our week of spring break.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Just kidding. You had a different spring break than I did. I remember now.
Yeah, so this was my spring break. It was so much fun.
What a great spring break. See, my spring break was before all this craziness happened. And then we extended our spring break, but we still had to go to work. We just extended it for the children. And then come Wednesday, we were just like, okay, we're going to start working from home on Thursday and Friday.
See, ours was like literally, our spring break started and then shit started hitting the fan.
Yeah. It was pretty crazy. So we started working from home Thursday and Friday, and then Thursday, one of those 2 days is the day we found out we were going to be closed until further notice. So, like, I know a lot of places have return dates, like April 3rd or anything like that. My school, we have no return date right now. We're judging it week by week.
See, we have a return date, and it's supposed to be April 3rd, but with things the way they're going here...
I know, Dallas is going crazy right now.
Dallas shutting down. We might not get to go back at all, and that makes me sad.
That is very sad, and it's so depressing. Like, I feel so bad for all the seniors right now. The seniors in high school and the seniors in college.
I know, everybody else I feel like can make up time. Like,
exactly.
If it was your freshman year, okay, you'll be there next year.
Yes. Yeah.
But the seniors, it's like, they didn't know that was going to be like their last game, their last time. Some of them are not even going to prom.
Yeah. That's crazy to me. Like, I couldn't imagine being in their feet, like, in their steps right now. Like,
I feel more for the people in college, because I was talking to my sister, and she was like, some of them might not even have a job leaving college, because the way the economy's going, there are people already being cut regardless.
Exactly. Yeah. That's the crazy shit
So
part.
it's scary. And then my sister's nursing, so that's scary too, because she's
on the front lines. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. So yeah, we went off on a tangent there, but that's where I would end up going. My dog is barking for some odd reason right now. I don't know why.
He wants to be on the podcast.
He does. Every episode, you just hear them. They just really want to be guests. Maybe one day I'll just have a barking episode.
This is my dog. Let me hear him introduce himself.
In this episode, it's just going to be 40 minutes of barking.
What the heck? I was just charging my phone and it died.
Oh my
No, it didn't die because I'm still here.
I was going to say, you're still talking to me, so it's not dead.
Oh, I guess it's not plugged in. Oops.
Guys, this is my friend Leticia.
I'm like the real life Olaf, if you really think about it.
Okay, so what would you do if we got, like, completely cleared?
I would want to go to work too, just to have and I would go to the gym. Okay. I really want to go to the gym, but I want to go see my kids and just to have like a normal going to school day and making sure that they're okay. They think would be.
Yeah, but not work related.
Well, I was supposed to go to Colorado. Books like coronavirus is back. That's something that would happen to me. I feel like a lot of things happen to me, so you learn to laugh.
Oh my goodness. Okay, in serious talk. Okay, this episode is like my episode with you, but it's also just the episode of coronavirus, just because we're on it's what's happening in the world right now. Like,
we're all on TikTok, so catch us on there.
There's no avoiding it at all. Yes, but let's go ahead and talk about that. I have two things I want to talk about. One is TikTok, okay? So
oh my god, thank y'all for getting y'all addicted.
For the longest time, ever since it was created, I was like, ever since it was Musical.ly, I was like, I'm not gonna get on it. I will never get on this. Like, this is for youngins. I'm too old for this shit. Like, this is not happening. And then Leticia over here, guys, starts sending our group chat a bunch of different TikToks, and don't get me wrong, they're very funny. And it just brings me to my nostalgic, like, Vine days. But they're, like, longer videos. And so Leticia starts sending them. And then she starts saying, oh, you could totally do this. You could totally do this. Well, cue Selfisolation, Eileen. And I downloaded TikTok. Literally yesterday.
Uh-huh.
And
she finally made the TikTok I had been waiting for.
So if you're on TikTok, go ahead and follow me at Curlyheadedcutieeileen. Keep it same on all platforms. But I downloaded it and I started making TikToks, and it's very addictive. Not the making the TikToks part, but just like being on the app itself and watching the TikToks. And then recently I started liking a lot of like Latino TikToks, so like a lot of Spanish speaking ones, and so now my For You page is literally just Spanish TikToks.
Oh my god, those make me laugh because they're so accurate.
They're so relatable. Like, that's what I love about our culture, is that literally you could be from any Spanish speaking country, but everything is still the same for all of us.
I know, when your mom always gets on to you for doing nothing. Yes.
So Leticia got me on TikTok. Leticia, what are your thoughts on TikTok?
What are my what?
What are your thoughts on TikTok? TikTok.
I'm like addicted. If I don't have anything else to do, I'll go on there, and then I'll like be on there. It'll be like 10 o'clock, and then I look again, and it's like 2 o'clock. Yeah. And then I made 2 of them, but I'm still getting more ideas of what else to do.
Uh-huh.
So I don't know. And then I'll play the songs in my head.
Yeah. Like
Renegade was stuck in my head forever.
Oh.
And then Cardi B's voice has been stuck in my head.
Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Cardi B's voice has been, like, I feel like it's been stuck in everybody's head since she said that. When people touch
something and they're like, coronavirus, that one.
Yes, agreed.
So when I went to go pump gas, I was like, coronavirus. everything I touch.
So I had a question about TikTok and I literally lost it. Wow, this episode is just me forgetting all the questions.
What is your next TikTok, Eileen? I better be something with your mom dancing with you.
I don't know. I want to do one with my mom, but I don't want her, like, I want to, like, have the camera set up.
You should do it with both of your parents.
I want the camera set up. This is my thought process. This is what I've been thinking in the past 24 hours since I created TikTok, okay?
That's the only thing, since that's the only thing to do with create plans.
Literally, self-isolation. And let's see, I've been isolated since Thursday. Today is Sunday, so that's what, 4 days?
Thursday of last week?
Thursday as in like 4 days ago, Thursday, when I had to work from home.
Oh, I forgot what day it was.
Yeah, so I got isolated on Thursday, which was 4 days ago. I downloaded TikTok on Saturday, so it only took 2 days of isolation for me to download an app, and then within this span of 24 hours, I've already done 4 TikToks, and I've already have like a bajillion liked TikToks. There's a problem. But anyways, my thought process with having my mother on a TikTok, which, I mean, by the point this episode comes out, who knows if it would have already happened, because this episode is coming out later. So we'll see. But we
might not be in quarantine anymore.
I don't know. This episode comes out in a week. So if you're listening to this episode, it's already like what? I don't have a calendar in front of me, but I'm going to say it comes out.
We don't even know what day it is.
I don't even know what day it is right now. I don't. All I know is that it's a Sunday and I have work tomorrow. That's it.
I was like, it's Sunday.
It is Sunday.
It is. I have to go to work tomorrow too, now that I think so.
So again, I keep getting distracted. So I would have my phone set up somewhere, and then I'd be trying to do like a dance, and I feel like the only dances I would want to do are the Latin ones for some reason. And so there is the what was I doing? It's that song, whatever that song is.
I was like, you need to send it to me.
I'll find it and send it to you. But like
the interpretation did not go through.
It's that type of melody anyways, and it's like a quick merengue type thing, and it's just you dancing, but I want to record myself trying to do these dances with her in the background to get her reaction to see if she joins in or does anything like that. And then that would be the TikTok. That's been my thought process on including my mother.
I feel like you would be good and you would get a lot of likes.
I don't know. We'll have to see. It's a fun avenue. And yeah, self-isolation. If anybody else just relates to the whole being in self-isolation and then downloading TikTok and just having TikTok consume your life, like, dude, let us know in the comments or just anywhere. Like, tell us you also went through this, because it's just...
I feel like that's all we're doing now. There's nothing else to do.
That is. As I was scrolling, there were people that were like moms and dads of TikToks, and there's like 30-year-olds like making fun of the fact that they're 30-year-olds on TikTok.
There's nothing to do, because like you can't even watch people's Instagram stories and be like, oh, hey, Kate is at the beach. Oh, what's her name? Is drinking out again, because you know what? They can't do it.
Yeah, the only people that you see at the beach are the ones who are literally living on a beach and isolated and quarantined on the freaking beach.
I know. We didn't get lucky enough.
I know, right? Ugh, it's craziness.
By a beach house.
Honestly. Okay, the next topic I wanted to discuss with you. Okay, so I mentioned this to you not too long ago in our group chat. We've been on the whole purge dynamic, and I've been on like, what the fuck's happening in the world?
Yeah, that's how I felt. It was scary.
So I didn't know this movie existed.
The movie was made in 2013, and the movie talks about 2022. We're not that far from 2022.
You're right. We aren't that far. At the rate this going.
But it wasn't realistic either. Go on.
So this movie... I didn't know it was like it existed until literally all of this coronavirus stuff. But my youngest brother watched it, and he was like, have you guys seen this? And I'm like, no. And he's like, it's literally what we're going through right now. And I was like, what? No way. So
what is it on?
It's like online, like you can find it online. But anyways, this movie came out in 2011. Okay. 2011. What year are we in? 2020. Okay.
I was in high school.
Yes. But the movie is about a virus that starts spreading rapidly and kind of shutting everything down and starts kind of, making a lot of people sick. And it started overseas, and then the person who got infected overseas brought it to the US, and then it just spread like mass chaos. And then the whole movie is them trying to like find what this virus is, because it was an unknown virus, and then they found the virus, and then it's trying to figure out the starting point of the virus. And it's literally like shot by shot. It's very freaky because it's exactly what is happening right now. And then at like the whole premise of the movie is just to wash your fucking hands.
And you know what? People still don't do that.
And people still don't wash their fucking hands.
They act like it's something new.
Exactly. But yeah, it's very freaky because it was shot in 2011, and the fact that it's 2020 and we're essentially living through what this movie did, or what happened in this movie.
Because I thought this was going to be my year.
Like, there are people who are quarantined and all that shit. Like, this... you have to watch it. If y'all are listening and y'all have seen it or you haven't seen it, like, just watch it and look at all the parallels as far as like what is happening in the world today. It's freaky.
To watch it. There's nothing else. It's not like I got plans anyway.
honestly. And yeah, one cool thing about this whole, I mean, okay, scratch that. I'm sorry. Nobody dragged me. But like something that's been really like, I don't know, I guess nice of them to be doing for us is like movies, since all the movie theaters closed. Yes, movies are being released early on streaming platforms, and I love that. Like Disney, come through Disney. Like, yes. Onward comes out early, and I have not seen it, and I wanted to see it, and I'm so excited that it's gonna happen.
What have you watched so far?
While in self-isolation, I've been watching a lot of YouTube.
You're like my sister. She's been watching YouTube.
I caught up on 90 Day Fiancé. As far as
I have not watched that. That freaks me out.
As far as Netflix goes, I finished watching The Good Place because I was a few seasons behind, and I finished watching The Good Place. I watched a couple documentaries for my work, because that counts as working from home. And
did you say documentaries for your work?
Yes, I did. I watched documentaries on education.
Oh. I was like, wait a minute.
And then I don't even know off the top of my head. Let's see.
Have you applied for grad school yet?
You know, what's funny about that is I started my application.
Corona said no.
I know. So, and what's funny is I started my application. By this point, I think it's been like 3 weeks, almost a month since I started my application. But I have to write a bunch of essays. And I don't like writing essays. Because with these, all the schools that I'm applying for, they're all online schools. So it's not like Corona affects it anyways, because they're online already.
You're like, I was already there.
Yeah. And so I was looking at applying so that I could start in the summer. But then again, I have not finished writing these essays. I have not touched these essays since I initially started my application. Because these courses or these programs don't require like GREs or any testing. You just have to write essays as part of your application. So it's just a matter of that. And I hate writing about myself. So that's where I'm at. But the application has started for the 3 programs I'm applying for. I just have not continued it since then.
Are you doing it still in education?
Yeah, I'm going to go for a master's in environmental education.
Look at you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I thought about starting mine, but have I started it? No.
See, that was me all last year. All of last year, I was thinking about like starting it. And then finally, I said 2020 is going to be my year. And then coronavirus is really just affecting.
Said no.
Corona said, you don't got to do anything. Just be lazy. That's what Corona did to me.
But really?
Mm-hmm. For real.
No, I don't know. it's just stressful now that school's going online, so I'm not really sure what's ahead of us. So now I'm like, and I know, like, with our pay, if I do get a master's, the pay will go up. So does that mean they will probably let me go because they do go up, and now that we're not going to have money to pay for it?
It's a scary time, and it's scary because the future is unknown. Yes, the future is unknown, which is what makes it all so much scarier.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I heard it to buy a house.
Oh my goodness, I know. Okay, Leticia, we have gotten to the end of the podcast where we draw from the mug of questions.
It's so cute.
It is very cute, and it says "I do not care" inside of it because it's a donut.
Where'd you get that?
A student got it for me as a gift last year.
That is so
cute. It's so cute, yes. So now it's just become a staple item of the podcast. Anyways, so since we're doing this virtually, I'm going to go ahead and have you pick a number between 1 and 4, okay? And depending on that number, that'll be however many questions I pull out, and I'll pull out the last question, and that'll be your question to answer. Okay? Okay, so since you are the guest, you go ahead and go first. So pick a number between 1 and 4 as I shake the mug.
3.
3? Okay. So let's see here. Not that question. Not that question. All right. I got you a question that's very folded up. Ooh, this person. Really?
Oh.
Okay. Wow. They really folded this, baby. You know, I need to try to figure out the writing on this one. I can't read the last word. I did not write this question, okay? Was been I don't know what this last word says, but I'm going to assume what the last word says just because of certain letters I can read from it. So your question is, what is your biggest strength?
I'm kind. I'm too nice to people, is what I've been told. And I care too much.
That's it.
So then I cry. Because I'm more scared of hurting other people's feelings.
Okay, we're talking about your strengths.
I mean, it's a strength I'm nice.
You're making these sound like weaknesses.
I can also lift a lot of weight, but that's another story.
That's like literally strength.
Yeah, is it literal or not literal?
Okay, my question is, that's so funny. What aspect of adulting would you like to be easier? I would have to say the aspect of adulting I would like to be easier is just freaking paying for shit. Like paying for your car, paying for somewhere to live. Like, I wish there was an easier way and like a cheaper way to do that shit, but there isn't.
No. I guess for me it's like, realizing that there's not timelines to do certain things.
Yeah. And
I feel like I waste a lot of time on that sometimes. I get caught up. Like, oh, I'm this old. I should be doing this. Oh, valid. I'm this old.
Yeah. I think that happens to me a lot when I meet people or when I see people who are younger than me, like, doing something that's, like, in my eyes, very successful. And I'm like, well, shit. I'm 24. Like, I'm doing nothing with my life compared to you right now.
Yeah, and then people, like, my age are married and having children. I was like, hello, is anybody there for me?
Honestly, this, like, what I'm noticing now is a lot of people that I went to college with are now getting engaged or already married, and I'm just like, the fuck, where's my person at?
Where
like,
you at? Where are they at, though?
Boy, where you at, though? Or, like, I know I'm in a place where I'm supposed to be right now, but shit, man.
I feel you. And just balancing with work is hard.
Yeah, I feel like I have no social life with work. And what's funny is like, because
I'm so tired from working that
exactly.
I'm like,
like, the thing about you and me working is we literally work Monday through Friday. Like, Saturdays and Sundays we have off. Do we do shit on Saturdays and Sundays? No.
No, I'm so tired to do anything.
Exactly.
So if I really like the guy, he better feel special because I squeezed him into my tired life.
I made a social life for him. Okay.
I know, sleep.
Okay, Leticia, last question. Pick a number between 1 through 4.
2.
2? Okay. Not that question. This question.
Are you sure you're not seeing the question?
I'm positive. I'm literally throwing them onto my bed right now. Okay. Ooh, okay. This is kind of a deep question. I'm gonna hold it up. I don't know. It says, "What would you like to be known for?"
Oh. I don't know, never giving up and always caring for others. I feel like those are like 2 big things and why I chose to be a teacher in the first place, and more about giving back to people and helping anybody that's in need, especially like our community that doesn't really speak the language most of the time and sometimes get taken advantage of or can't communicate. Like seeing those people's faces light up when you can translate for them or get them services for their kids is what just like makes me happy. And if I can do that for like families and kids, I feel like I've done my job here.
Okay. I love that answer. That's so nice. That's so nice. I don't know what I want. Still can't English. I don't know what I would want to be known for. Just because I feel like I'm still trying to figure shit out as far as like what I want to do. In like the dream world, I would love to be known for like doing some type of conservation efforts with the world. But realistically, I don't know how to get there just yet.
Girl, life is hard.
Life is hard.
It's like, what's gonna happen tomorrow? We'll be in quarantine. We'll be not in quarantine.
Ay. Alright, last question for me is, what's funny but not funny at the same time?
My dating life.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
You're welcome. I'm really bad about picking guys. But it's funny, but it's not funny.
Recently, I think what's funny but not funny at the same time is my newfound addiction to TikTok. It's funny because I thought I told myself I would never do that, and then it's not funny because I'm literally spending countless hours on that app.
I know, we're getting like 20 messages from Eileen now.
I know, I sent so many TikToks today.
I'm never gonna do this.
Oh man, it's a struggle. Goodness gracious. Alright, well, Leticia, that brings us to the end of the podcast. Is there any final things you would like to say or anything before I close it out?
No, we got this. We can make it through it.
Yes. If you're listening amidst all this corona craziness, who knows? By the time this is released, the world will be at peace already. Or again, who knows? But hang in there if we are still not at peace, or if we are at peace but you're having some life issues, just hang in there. Things are gonna work out the way they need to work out. Thank y'all for listening. It's been a fun episode. Thank you, Leticia, for joining me on this episode.
I can join you live.
Yes. The first of the next however many virtual episodes I need to do. So sorry for the audio, but this is what you gotta do when there's a crisis happening in the world. Yeah, so thank y'all for listening again. Y'all can listen to the podcast wherever you want to listen to the podcast. You can watch my YouTube, watch my Facebook. You can follow me on TikTok.
Follow her on TikTok.
At Curlyheadedcutieeileen on all platforms except Twitter. CHC Eileen on Twitter. Yeah, but that's pretty much it. Other than that, I will talk to y'all on the next one.
Adios.
Bye.